What's up, Panda dudes? Peter from Panda here. Hey, just bought myself an iPad tablet buddy for the car. Actually, for the SUV. So what is this? This is basically one of the mounts that you can use to put an iPad or presumably a tablet of a lesser nature into the back seat of your car. Basically mounting it to the back of the headrest. So kind of mounting monitors in the headrest is kind of a thing of the past now that we have the dawn of the personal tablet. So I've opened this up. I'm going to show it to you inside the car too, but I want to show you that it comes in two different pieces here. And so before I go out to the car and demo it, this is the piece that hooks onto the back of the headrest. It has these moving hooks, and when you pull them down here, it basically puts pressure and holds them in place. Now, what goes in these hooks are the two posts that hold up your headrest. So you may have to open up your headrest a little bit to get these in here, but you wouldn't have to necessarily take the headrest completely off. Now, the things to remember here is that not every seat has those removable or adjustable headrests anymore. So take a look at your own car. If you drive Aston Martin Rapide or the new Mercedes CLA or Porsche Panamera, I think, don't have kind of the headrest piece that moves up and down. So anyway, but on my car, it's not going to be a problem, I hope. Then it has a post here where you attach the cradle for the iPad, and I'll show you that to you in a second. It attaches here, and then it has a little ball joint gimbal here where you can adjust your tablet to give it good viewing angles for your kids watching movies or for you typing out documents or checking email. This adjusting nut here will basically clamp this post down on the little ball joint there. So if I turn it in place, it keeps this from moving around. So what you want to do is you want to loosen it up, make the adjustment, turn it down, and boom, you're locked in place. This will the mount for the iPad mounts to the mounting plate here, just with some a locking posts that slide into these holes and that you slide and lock them into place. So no big thing there. And then the iPad holder or tablet holder itself is basically kind of this expanding contraption here, and you lift up the switch, and it releases the main slider, and so you can put your tablet in, cinch it in there tight, and then flip that down, and it's going to hold it in place. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind is, does this work with an iPad mini? I have a mini here, and it absolutely does work. One of the things that I've learned is that you've got your power button, like many iPads and maybe the other tablets, up here on the top. So with a mini, what you want to do is make sure your power button is on the more narrow side. So if you can see here, depending on which way you have this oriented, there's kind of a wider side and a narrower side. And on this one, you want to put the power button on the narrower side, because the way the location of the arms that hold it in, if you really cinch this down, you can kind of maneuver this to miss the power button. What I've done is I've oriented it the other way, and you can see that the iPad mini just barely fits in this wider side. So it ends up always pushing down on the power button and kind of trying to shut off the mini. On the full-size iPad Air or iPad 2 or whatever else you're using, it probably doesn't matter as much. And the nice thing is, the mini is about the smallest tablet because of this. The wider end is just a little wider even than the iPad mini. So again, mini is about the smallest you can go. An 8-inch tablet is about the smallest you can go. The other thing I've noticed is that you do have to kind of put the tablet in and press the sides with not a lot of force, but a decent amount of force, so that you can flip the switch down, because they do have these little foam feet which hold things in place and gives you a little bit of forgiveness. But if you just kind of casually close this up and lock it down, there's nothing to stop your tablet on kind of the vertical axis, I guess, it's all held in place by pressure. So if it's too loose, you can see the iPad will just slide right out. So you definitely have to put a little pressure on it. It might be nice if you have some issues. You could probably use a little JB weld or plastic weld and put some a little bottom piece here to keep it in place, especially when cars shake a little bit and stuff. So I would make sure you kind of press that in place well. Or if you're going to use the iPad in the portrait orientation, it's not as big of a deal because these feet are going to hold it in place vertically. So I'm going to put this together. We'll throw it in the car. I'll just show you what it looks like. So here I am in the back of my GMC Terrain. I have my little iPad tablet buddy here, and I'm going to try to do this one-handed, but you hook these suckers up on the posts of the headrests, as I discussed, and you know, it's pretty easy to get them in there. Snap that one in, snap that one in, holds it in place, and then you can angle your iPad holder with that, and then you take your if it's not already installed, you take the bracket and you just push it in there. Just match it up with the teeth and snap it in, and it's good to go. Like I said, the switch for adjusting it is right on the back here, so you can move this in and out. Like I said, you may want to do it vertically if you can in portrait style. In landscape, you just have to make sure that this piece is pressed in well enough that it's going to hold that iPad in, especially when you get moving and it's going to move around a little bit on you. So it's that easy to install. Peter Von Panda, out.